Oceana, let's go! Dang, that's a year? Year? Oh my god. Thank you for year. Did he just drop deluxe? Hoo-wee. Okay, I think we're just gonna start. Feel this frog music. This is not the music from the game. This is just country. This is just Western cowboy music for outlaws. For outlawing. Anyone excited in the chat? You may not know, but we had some legendary streams back in the day. Let me crank the music down a little. Of the first two Frog Detective games. They were very awesome and epic. They're kind of like murder mystery style kind of thing. And but we're Frog and we're detective, and I think last time we did a lot of crazy voices, so I have to warm up my voice box to do some funky voices. Oh yeah, we need Mo the Mouse back. Yeah, some people don't know, early on, especially in my Discord, like around when my Discord was created is when Frog Detective was big in the universe. And Mo the Mouse kind of ran our world for a while. He was this dancing mouse that busted every move in the book, and we love him for it. Yeah, I miss Mo. I don't know if he was even in. Was he in the second one? Must have been, right? Might have just been in the first one. But we need more Mo in our lives. We watched a trailer on stream like last week, I want to say. And it looks insanely epic. Frog looks like he's riding a scooter around, which I don't know if we'll get to scoot, but I sure hope so. If not, I'm sure it'll still be amazing. But it looks like we're in the desert, we're Weston, we're out in the west. And who knows, maybe we've been playing a lot of Freddy lately. Maybe there'll be some jump scares, who knows. I'm kind of in that mode with the late night streams, but let's launch her up. I downloaded it, it took about 5 seconds to install, which is awesome. Explanation for Frogville stream ending. I saw my arm again for some reason, so I thought I was unvanished and used command again, and then everyone saw me and I panicked and died. Well, that's okay. It felt like lore, so it was actually perfect. And your skin was a ghost. I liked that. And I was wondering what would happen if we saw you at any point, just in case you were gonna do that. And I figure we could just say that the ghost was using your body. And yeah, I guess we'll figure out the lore from there. But yeah, that was funny. And then when you died, it was also funny and epic. In the game, that is. Okay. Let me launch it up. Oh wait, I did not install it yet? Oh no, it just downloaded. Thought it would auto install. It shouldn't take too long though. Gotta figure out the lore. Yeah, I guess the question would be how you would have been the one who got cursed. So I guess the curse got out, and then maybe you were just like checking it out for me, the house, and then it got you. But no one seemed to notice that you weren't there, which maybe they knew you were the ghost, but it worked. It worked out. I was gonna say, I thought yesterday in Corey's stream that my pumpkin kind of looked like I forget what it's called, but the animatronic crazy looking Freddy from FNAF 4. It's kind of what my pumpkin accidentally looked like to me. I felt like I'm grinding out the lore for Frogville Dock right now. Hell yeah, that's epic. I don't have a pic of it though. But the nose, I tried doing something different, and it kind of looked a little bit Freddy-ish. Will be 50% Frogville, 50% Penguin season. Oh yes. Yeah, you just use the whole documentary as like Penguin propaganda. I like that. Okay, we're currently installing the game. I thought it was installed and I was like, that was so fast, but it's because it didn't do it. That's okay. Bart Winja. Also, insane thing happened. I am in talks with Mr. Poop. Interesting. What kind of talks? He does need new allies, so I don't know if you're going that route. Richie Woods became an ally of Mr. Poop. It's definitely an interesting life in Frogville. Who is Mr. Poop? Mr. Poop is part of Frogville in Minecraft. He's a very serious businessman, feared and respected by most. But we love him. We love the guy. He told me to message him and is gonna give me some lore stuff for the documentary. Okay, cool. Yeah, that could be really helpful because he like documents everything. Oh, right. Yeah, I know who he is, but I don't know who he is. Who he is. That's so true. I was like, how are you here and you've never heard of Mr. Poop? Well, that's true. Yeah, who's the real Mr. Poop? Yeah, that's part of why I did the that's part of why Richie Woods allied up, is to get inside his mind a little bit. It's so interesting. Michael is a real Mr. Poop? I wish. Oh boy. Okay, sorry chat, hold on. We got some sound. See if I have audio options. Ooh, hell yeah, I do. I think we want it like... Maybe I should turn off the Western music. This music is so funky. Alright, I'm just getting my levels and then we'll start. Okay, this is kind of nice here, maybe. Might be a little loud, so we'll see what we're working with. Wah. I guess it's pretty good. Maybe slightly down. Yo. How's that sound, guys? I'm guessing this is like the loudest the music we'll get. How does it sound with my voice? Sounds good? Okay. I wish I was Mr. Poop though, if I'm being honest. Kinda awesome. Look, we've had way too many interactions. Imagine that it was me just with 2 desktop setups doing everything, creating all of Frogville and deficiting myself. That's insane. Scene. Okay, let's go. Detective. Ooh, this music is slapping. Okay, that looks good. Okay, chat, it's about time. This is crazy. Long time coming. Mr. Poop is Corey. That's a good guess too, but Corey doesn't know how to play Minecraft. She has trouble controlling the camera. But she's a genius in every other way. Let's see. I have questioned who, because I feel like it's possible that someone in the town is also Mr. Poop, but I don't know. I think that would be too much work, because all the people I would think could be Mr. Poop, like, already put in so many hours. And I've also seen pretty much everyone interact with Mr. Poop. But I kind of like not knowing, to be honest. Christian, that would be funny too. That's his way of like bonding with me more. That'd be kind of an epic move. Okay. Well, we're in the game. Let's do it. This is crazy. This is beautiful. So this, I believe, was Larry, right? Wasn't it Larry? Lobster. Yeah, Mr. Poop definitely watches the stream. He keeps up with the stream. He actually posted one of my... He posted the VOD of my tour of his city on his YouTube channel. Okay, let's do it, chat. We finally made it. Feels good, baby. Should set out $5,000 bounty on the identity of Poop. Yeah, actual money, though. Mary. I don't remember the voice I did for Mary. Hey, it's Mary. Remember me? No, it's been a while, so I thought I'd give you a quick recap. I was gonna ask for maybe we should watch a recap. After the detective, that's you, solved the case of the invisible wizard, a mysterious phone call came in. Well, it wasn't that mysterious. It was the supervisor, as usual. But the contents of the phone call were mysterious, you know? Okay, so let's set the scene. I wasn't here last time. We played this, but I can tell this is gonna be magical. Hell yeah. I'm a good actress. It'll be exactly like what happened. Are we gonna act out what happened? Oh no, this is the scene. Okay, so we're WASD. We are the frog detective. Basically, all you gotta know is it's a murder mystery, and we usually gotta interview people and figure out who's the murderer. And it's you'll tell right away I've borrowed a lot of the ideas for Frogville murder mystery streams. Oh my gosh! Hey, it's me, the Detective Frog. Hey, gorgeous! I'm the supervisor. I'm kind of like your boss, but not officially. Oh my gosh, I know, it's so hard to describe our professional relationship, but you're like a helper of sorts. Yes, exactly. Like a manager almost. Yeah. Okay, so I have a new mystery for you. Can you even believe it? Yes, haha. It's my job to solve mysteries. It's my job. Obviously, I was being dramatic. Classic supervisor. Okay, so what's the case about, babe? Why didn't they hire Michael to do the voices for this game? I know. Maybe 4. I love your enthusiasm, but it's actually really sensitive, so I could tell you on the phone. Ah, boo. I know, bummer. Makes it so much more exciting, though. I think they did, and he's just pretending. Yeah, I'm really good lip syncer. For sure, yeah. Can you do me a huge favor, lovely? What? Grab your magnifying glass next to the door and head to the train station. There's a ticket for you, and it'll take you on a little trip. Cute. Okay. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, love. Later. I want to look at my journal, though. Can we look at the journal? This is usually where we put notes and clues, but we don't have any notes yet. So yeah, this will be, we'll come back here. This is like the hub, sort of. And these, I think, were the other mysteries that we solved. Well, I guess these are the dance parties, and then that is a separate thing. Oh, there's Mo. Isn't that Mo? Mo's the koala in the back there, you can see. Wait, where'd Forget the magnifying glass button. Mo is right here in the back, I believe. Isn't it? No, Mo's right here. My bad. Mo isn't the koala. Mo's the mouse. I'm so crazy for that. I think they did... Oh, yeah. So Mo is this one. You can tell he's busting a move hard right there. Mo's the mouse. I'm crazy. I know. I can't believe I said Mo is a koala. Mo the koala? Jeez. He's gonna come after me for that. And then we have this dog here, which is funny. Oh, there's my magnifying glass. That's what I wanted. Sick! Now I can solve the case. I'm the frog detective. Got your magnifying glass. Okay. Nice. Nice. Look through your magnifier with right click. Okay, here we go. Now you can really see Mo in his glory. You can tell he's busting it. We love it. We love that. Okay, so the detective heads to the train station and it's all cool. Like there's a new color scheme and stuff. But can you believe it? Someone literally takes the detective's notebook. Oh, stole it? What the? It's so messed up. Icon. Actually, tears in my eyes, seriously. Look at that hand, too. I don't think the detective knows about the stolen notebook yet. Are we gonna solve the mystery without our notebook? So, you're actually up to date now. Please, if you could leave a review of my acting skills, I'd super appreciate it. Okay, enjoy the case. Ooh, it's kind of hard to speak. Ooh, I'm getting out of breath speaking like that, talking like that. Ooh, look at my boots. New boots, chat. New boot goofing, dude. Go. Here we go. I'm so hyped for this. Are you kidding me? So yeah, this is partially Frogville lore. Because this game is why Froggeek's shoe has a cowboy hat on it. Because the area kind of looked like this when we first got there. Kind of looked cowboyish. Darjeeling. Darjeeling's so underrated. Scooter? I better get to ride you. Hello, this is Frog Detective from Frog Detective Crime Solving Agency speaking. How may I help you?
Why did you answer the phone like that?
What's that supposed to mean, Supervisor?
This is a random phone on the street. Why did you assume it's ringing for you?
I'm the only one here.
You don't think it's a little weird?
Should I be writing the lore of this game into the documentary? Maybe not of the whole game. Well, maybe it could further inspire builds in Frog Detective. There's only a way it is to know in Frog Build. Not really. You're the one making a phone call to a random phone.
Because I knew you'd be there.
Now who's the weird one?
Regardless, I'm glad you picked up. I'm sure you're curious about the mystery.
Even in a desert like Frogville. Yeah, that's partly why, I think. I sure am. Give me the details, please.
I cannot. Someone may be listening.
What? Who?
I saw on the internet that it's possible for strangers to listen to phone calls.
Who said that?
My cousin wrote about it on his blog.
Okay. Well, if you're not going to tell me the details, why did you call?
I have a special surprise for you. As you know, the terrain of Cowboy County is vast and rough. I've ordered something special from Whizbay to help you get around.
Oh, is it a horse?
Oh, no. Why would you say that?
It's a cowboy town.
Cowboy stuff, you know, we do cowboy stuff as a horse does that. What do you mean?
Cowboys ride horses.
Are you being serious? Horses are valued members of society. It would be demeaning to ride them around. It's messed up that you would even say that.
Right, sorry. Scooty. I just got confused. Don't worry about it. What did you order then?
A scooter, of course.
Sick.
It should be next to you in the phone booth.
Bold choice to have it shipped to a public phone booth.
Please stop questioning my choices. Anyway, when you're ready, pick up the scooter and get some practicing. Lobster Cop arrived early and will be waiting for you at the town. Just follow the path to meet him and have fun.
I hope you have fun too. Woo woo. Scooting time.
I will.
Alright, see ya. Are we scooting time? That? Oh my Lanta. Scooterville. My very own scooter. Sick. Got a scooter. Are we gonna go over sick jumps, chat? Hop on with left shift. Did this just become Scoot Sim? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Oh my god, oh my god. Whoa! Oh my god, Scoot Sim. This is awesome. Scoot Sim, Scoot Sim, Scoot Sim. Oh baby! That was sick, dude. You see that? Music is epic too. Oh baby, over the cactus. Let's go. Oh baby. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh, cracked. Owned and cracked. Ooh, we grind that a little too. Ooh. Fire. Okay, chat. Whoa! Okay, what's this sign say? Actually epic. Okay, the sign says nothing. That's good. Back to business. Here we go. We probably wouldn't want to do tunnels. Okay, back to business. The real business. Oh yeah! Way better than horse. Yeah, look at us go. Are you kidding me? Super hot. Worm club, worm club, worm club, worm club, worm club. Look at us go, look at us go, look at us go. Let's freaking go. Lobster Cop. Guess he's just Lobster Cop. Susie Rabbit. Sherman and the Bandits. Okay. Is that Mo? I think Mo is there. I think Mo's playing one of the bandits. That's a special guest. Oh my god. Sneaky, sneaky. Pup, 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 pup. Penguin is a special guest. I forgot to note that our boss is a penguin, huh? Just like Penguin. Where's my freaking town? Okay, I'm definitely building this in West Frogville. No questions asked. So that's lore. Because I've been waiting to build a western town over there anyways. Dude, are you kidding me? Kidding me how sick this is? Can I do a jump on this? Hold on, let me try to jump over this. Oh, baby. Piece of cake. Silly Saloon? True. Hey, Lobster Cop, I'm here to solve the mystery. So usually Lobster Cop is kind of our nemesis, as I remember. Like, he's pretty popular, and he's got some... he's good cases and stuff like that. But I think we usually hate him. Right on time, detective. I'm known worldwide for my timeliness. Is that so? Nope. Can you tell me about the case, Lobster Cop?
Sure can. We've been sent here to solve the conundrum of the sheriffless county.
Oh.
This town was thriving, Detective. A marvel of productivity, friendship, community, and cowboys. But there was something missing.
A sheriff.
Yeah, I was kinda leading up to that.
My bad.
For the sake of storytelling, can you please not interrupt?
I sincerely apologize.
Yeah. So anyway, I've lost where I was going with this.
You said there was something missing?
Right, there's something missing. A sheriff. The town had realized that for all these years they were missing a vital ingredient for cowboy living. They contacted the supervisor and he contacted me.
And me.
Yeah. Anyways, here we are.
I'm gonna be honest, Lobster Cop. The supervisor really hyped this case up. Like, there are two of us here to facilitate the hiring for a management position.
Detective, you read my mind. The supervisor really dropped the ball. Do you really think I need your help?
No.
Me neither. And as it turns out, I didn't need your help.
Huh?
The position has been filled.
Oh.
I knew the perfect boy for the job. Presenting the new sheriff of Cowboy County. Sheriff Mason Mole.
I think the mole was the one he used to hide in the first ones. Wow. Congratulations on such a speedy resolution, Lobster Cop.
Thank you.
What's up, Gabe? Well, I guess I'll head back to the office.
No.
Yeehaw. No. No, you cannot. Is there something you need help with? Yes.
What is it, Sheriff Mason Mole?
Mystery. Crime mystery. Please solve this.
What's the mystery?
All hats have been stolen.
You're wearing a hat.
Not my hat. Town hats.
Can you elaborate?
All the hats in town have been stolen. Please solve the mystery as soon as possible.
Do you have any leads?
No. Get to work, please. Hats, hats, hats.
Well, you heard the sheriff.
Okay. Is there really no additional information?
No. But here's your notebook.
I'm sorry?
Here, your notebook. Somebody mailed it to you.
You check gaming channel. Is it a good time for gaming channel, Gabe? Let's see. Gaming channel, Mike Myers Gaming, that's epic. Mike Myers Gaming, I like that. It's actually epic. The mask is looking sick. Okay.
He's a frog. Detective Frog. Detective Frog. He's scooting down, he's scooting downtown. He's gonna solve a crime and it's going down. He's a frog. Detective Frog. Detective Frog. Detective Frog, 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 Frog. He's Detective Frog. He's Detective Frog. Gonna go down and down the Detective Frog. Oh, I'm busy. Goodbye.
Okay.
What a legend.
You know each other?
Sure, but how much can you really know someone, right?
What?
Don't worry about it. Now, Detective, as I am the lead investigator on this case, I trust you'll follow my guidance.
Oh, I didn't know you were the lead.
It's a safe assumption to make.
Right, of course.
So I'll be investigating leads, but I could use your assistance. Sure, what do you need? I'll handle the motive and the suspects. You handle the crime scene and method. Okay. It's an easier task for a rookie like you. All you need to find is a map of the crime scene, a tool capable of aiding criminal activity, a key that could lead us to a clue, and lastly, not to mention most importantly, a meal for the #1 best detective. A meal? Yes, detective, keep it up. I am a very hungry boy and will need sustenance to solve the mystery.
Lucy is an Uber. Play in slow motion. Uh-oh. Lucy's... I know, it was weird with no Lucy in the chat, huh? He's Ubering.
Okay, we're slow-mowing. Yes, detective. Keep up. I am a very hungry boy and will need sustenance to solve the mystery.
Yeah, we'll catch her up. I'll show her all the tricks that we did. It's pretty simple so far. We didn't really do any solving yet, mostly talking. I have some sandwiches I was saving for afternoon tea if you'd like them.
No, I need a proper meal.
I hear you loud and clear. I'll make sure to get those for you. Speaking of Lucy, Lucy never showed up where I work. Yeah, because she doesn't live anywhere near you, Gabe. But maybe she will show up one day. It's only a matter of time. She wants the $5 roller skating.
If you need to be reminded of what I want, come and see me by the graveyard.
Okay. Will do. Good luck, Lobster Cop.
Don't need it. Good luck, detective.
Alright. Cool. So yeah, we can rip around on our scooter a little bit. Always fun. Can I scoot in the town? I don't think I can scoot in the town. I think I can only scoot out here. Oh no, we can't scoot anymore. Probably have to find the scooter to scoot. Okay, so tab is our notebook. Okay, cool. Case 3, nice. Mystery of the missing hats. Okay. Epic. Lobster Cop. Motive. There's no possible motive for Lobster Cop to do this. Needs. He needs crime scene map, criminal tool, key, and meal. #1 detective, jealous and tall. Yeah, he seems jealous of us because we solve so many crimes. He's our only competition. He is tall. He is maybe the #1 best detective. I don't know who decided that. So tall. Okay. Good. Okay, so this is all we have so far is our profile and Lobster Cop. Cool. Let's walk around. Oh, I can get scooting. I can get scooting. Okay, we can scoot a little bit. We can a little bit. What y'all think about scooting? Oh, I think I can get up there. Wonder if there's secrets. Oh, I think they block you. Yeah, I don't think I can get up there. But we could figure it out, maybe. We could break the game by accident. Oh, baby. Scooting is nice. Ain't nothing better than a scoot. Yeah, let's just scoot around to get the lay of the land. What's down here? Ooh, there's a well down here. Ooh, and there's like a little thing. The well is cool. Gotta get the lay of the land on your scooter. On your scooter. Rose rolling. They scoot in town too. Oh, baby. Okay, so there's someone up here. Look at our dang town. Oh my gosh, do you see that?
That was actually crazy. See if we could do something like that again. Snake! Snake! Oh, baby. Ooh, starfish. Can I talk to the starfish? Hello? Ooh, this is a clue? Such beautiful flowers. Very spiky looking. Okay. I don't know if that makes it a clue. We found flowers here. Interesting. Up. Up two. Up two. Yeah, layer or Mr. Lobster's here. Ooh, there's scooters. Oh, here's a little map. Ooh, this place is epic. Look at these freaking bugs. Who else riding like this, huh? Ooh. Tell me. Can I go on top of this? Oh. Who else likes scooting? Oh. There we go. Oh. Wonder if there's any way to get on top. Probably not. They're too good for that. Me just skating into your establishment real quick. Look at these worms. Do we talk to someone yet, or will we wait on Lucy a little bit? You just get a good look at everyone. Everyone say who you think is suspicious so far. This guy's kind of funny. This picture. Gloves. Interesting. So these are connections, huh? I'm loving it so far. Yeah, Penguin, the other two were amazing. You think Mason? This Mason? He's a little sus. Whoa, look at these. Those are some looks. Carrots. Is this Mo? This is Mo. You can't fool me. Look at Mo's new look. This has got to be my new profile pic. Look at this guy. It's freaking epic. Mo is so epic. But I wonder if he has a different name now. Now that he's a bandit. Nothing wrong with being Mo. What a good mouse. Okay. Now let's just start talking to like one person slowly. We'll just catch Lucy up. We'll find out what we can hear. Okay. Oops. Scooter gang. Forget how to talk to people. Okay, there we go.
Hey, you!
Me?
Yeah, Hey, you. Can you do me a favor?
It depends on the favor.
What?
I can't just agree to doing you a favor. I don't even know who you are.
I'm Susie Rabbit. Can you do me a favor? You're the best, thanks. I need you to help me break into this bank.
Huh? I will not.
Huh? Dude, you already agreed to it. I don't appreciate you lying to me. If you said you'd do me a favor, you should keep your word.
I didn't agree to the favor.
Oh, so now you're changing the story? Whatever, dude. Just leave me alone.
Oh my god. You kidding me? She's not happy. Aww. He's mad. I'll do the bank. Whatever. It's fun. I could break in. Hard to make friends in this town. They just want you to do crimes. Can I get the, what are these called again? Tumbleweed? Oh, you can smack the tumbleweed. You smack the tumbleweed. Oh, God. Smack it. Smack. I wonder if the tumbleweed did it. That would be kind of crazy. Be here. So she just wanted us to rob a bank and is mad that we're not her friend. Okay. Yeah, hello. If you're here from the evil secret society, please leave me alone. I am not interested in joining. What's the evil secret society? Nice try. I know the society tricks. Well, I'm actually here from the Frog Detective Crime Solving Agency. Oh yeah, where are your credentials? Well, I'm a detective and a frog, and I'm here to solve a mystery / possible crime. Do you have any identification? Just my face. Do you have any identification? No, but I'm Craig. Everybody knows me. Oh, he stole Craig's name. That's crazy. Even the period. Bank robbery is a victimless crime. I wouldn't normally believe you, but your appearance does seem to match what you're saying. But just know I don't trust you. I wouldn't expect you to. We just met. Detective, I'm someone that is regularly messed with. There are many different societies around here, and they all want me to join. But I'm a lone ranger. I have no interest in being a part of these secret societies. What type of secret societies are there? For starters, you got the naughty little guys. They've been after me for years. The posties are another one. They go around delivering mail. I'm not sure that's a secret society. I think it's more of a public service. Then why can't we open everybody's mail? Not so public, if you ask me. Open your eyes. Another society is the Ghost Spotters League. Oh wait, I think I've heard of them. Yes, despite being a secret society, they're quite well known. To be honest with you, I said earlier that I wasn't interested in being a part of any societies, but that's only half true. Oh? The Ghost Spotters League is really exclusive, and I'm kinda bummed they never tried to recruit me. Are you a keen ghost spotter? Well, that might be the problem. To be inducted into the league, you need to have spotted a ghost. And you haven't seen any? Correct. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. You could be anyone. I'm the detective. It's a compelling disguise, I'll give you that. Do you know much about ghosts? Well, I solved a mystery involving one. The mystery of the haunted island. Oh yeah, the last one was like a spooky Halloween kind of one. That was fun. It would be kind of fun to replay the first two. Even though I kind of forgot what happened by now. Although it wasn't haunted in the end. So no. You could have saved us both time and just said no. Sorry, no, I don't know much about ghosts. Just look at Michael to spot the ghost. Can I ask you some questions? Everybody always wants information from me. Okay, so let's ask some questions. Let's ask about the Ghost Spotters League. How close are you to spotting a ghost? What kind of question is that? How am I supposed to know? Ghosts aren't cool bugs, detective. You can't just spot them out and about. How does it work then? Well, the requirements are pretty flexible. Basically, the society just needs a credible ghost sighting story or tangible proof of a ghost, like a photo. Do ghosts show up in photos? It depends, but yeah. The saloon has a bunch of photos, but I don't want to send in the wrong one and embarrass myself. I don't know which ones are of ghosts and which ones are just normal photos. Sounds like a bit of a puzzle. They're so strict, if I get my application denied 3 times, I'm banned from ever applying again. I'm on my 2nd strike. What did you send in the first 2 times? I faked the first 2 sightings. I dressed up as a ghost and ran really fast so I looked like a blur in the photograph. They're so clever that they figured me out right away. That's how I know they're a real deal. I like your creativity though. Thanks. Say, if you happen to stop by the saloon, could you take a look and see if you can tell which of the photos has a ghost in it? I don't really care about actually spotting a ghost myself. I just want to be part of society, the society. I suppose that's fair enough. Sure, if I have the time, I'll take a look. Thanks. Okay, so he's doing ghost stuff. Let's see what other secret societies info he has. I don't suppose that a secret society that is dedicated to stealing hats. Not that I'm aware of. But that's the thing, detective. These societies run deep. I barely scratched the surface of what there is to know. They run everything. Everything you've ever been. Anything you've ever done. It's all dictated by the secret societies. Surely that can't be true. You think not, but it is true. It's true. How do you know it's true? I'm part of several forums dedicated to uncovering the truth. Craig's sounding like Kanye? How? No, he's not. Is it a secret forum? Oh, you mean like what he's saying about the secret societies? You're right. I thought you meant the voice. Is it a secret forum? What? Is the forum also a secret society? I never thought of that. I'll have to look into it. No, I'm just joking. I don't see how you could joke about something like this. Secret societies run everything. Craig, I just don't think that's true. Oh yeah, what evidence do you have that it's not true? None, I suppose. Just a lack of that evidence of it being true. I would say it's more of a lack of evidence of it not being true. Agree to disagree. I agree to be right and you agree to be wrong. Okay, sure. Okay, so we got something about photos. There may be some photos. We have to figure out who is the ghost and which is like a fake photo and a real photo. I like how we get all the notes here. He needs proof of a ghost, so that's good. His motive is he wants to be in a secret society. Wanted to be in secret hat stealing. He just wants to be
any society, really. Conspiracy theorist does not buy my detective disguise, just wants to be part of something. That's kind of the vibe I get. Okay. What's up with these worms? I like the worm cash registers. Is there any clues in here? Gotta be some clues in here. Nothing? I don't think so. Let's search his building. Greg, I know you're hiding something. Yeah, we should check Susie's house too. I don't see nothing. This is the bank. Okay, moving on, moving on. Check this shed. Look at this little guy here. Look at this frickin' guy. Snake. Look at the snake. Worms do taste good. Glad you said that. We go in here? Maybe we can't go in the shed yet. Oh! Okay, I almost glitched into the shed. That's kind of sick. Can I glitch in? Glitch in the shed. Oh, we're goated. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna get on these roofs. So clean with it, I know. Oh! I think we can do it. I'm gonna roof it. Hold on. Oh! Oh! Come on. We're roofing. Oh! Come on, baby. Gotta get roof. Oh! Ooh. Oh! Ooh. That was close. Oh! I think we need to do one of those moves here. Oh, baby. This wall feels different. Oh! Oh, that was close. Oh, baby! You kidding me? No, no, no! Hey, oh, no! We were up, though. Goated on the sticks. I was trying to climb this whole neighborhood. He will be climbed. Oh! Absolutely owned. This is how we solve crimes. Oh, baby. No! Okay. Okay, back to business, chat. Back to business. Okay. What do we got here? Should we go here? Yeah. Here. Ooh, look at him there. Cereal boxes. Something about cereal. What do you got? Okay, let's talk. Let's chat. Wendy. Good afternoon. What does Wendy's voice sound like, huh? Good afternoon. Welcome to Cowboy County General Store. My name's Wendy. We have a wide range of general goods to purchase. This is a weird voice. I am the detective. Fortunately, at this time, we don't stock any gear for detective work. I don't need anything. Oh. Please feel free to browse our expansive selection. I'm sure you will find what you need.
No, thank you.
I love the picture on the wall of her.
I know, me too. We have a wide range of general goods for purchase. Yes. Do you need a specific item that isn't in stock? We process special orders at no extra cost to the customer. Haha. I don't really need anything. Special orders have an average 2-day turnaround. That's a great turnaround. It is one of our many great policies, such as we are proud to offer our customers a satisfaction guarantee on all purchases. What is a satisfaction guarantee? We can guarantee that you will be either satisfied or dissatisfied with your purchase. What happens if I'm dissatisfied? That falls within our satisfaction guarantee. So I can get a refund? The satisfaction guarantee only guarantees a range of satisfaction from dissatisfied to satisfied. If your feeling towards the product doesn't fall within the range, you are entitled to a refund. That clears it up, thanks. Anyways, I'm here to ask some questions about the case. Unfortunately, we don't have cases in stock at this time. The mystery, I mean, of the stolen hats. Stealing is not permitted at Cowboy County General Store. It's not permitted anywhere, really. To be clear, I'm not here to purchase or steal any items from your store. I'm here on official business to solve the mystery of the stolen hats here in Cowboy County. Right. It would have been a lot easier for me if you just said that in the first place. I feel like I just spent so much time explaining the policies and values of my store. A bit embarrassing for me, really. Like, maybe in the future just tell people what you're here for? Yes, absolutely right. I'm not good at communicating quickly. I get easily swept up in conversation. Sorry. It's fine. I'm just a bit self-conscious. No, you did great. I learned a lot about your store policies. I'm glad to hear that. It hasn't been easy taking over the shop. You seem like an old hand at it. Ha! That's great. I am not at all. I've only been running the shop for 7 months. Oh, cool. Can I ask you some questions? Okay, so we got a new job and nothing. Okay, so let's ask about the new job. It sounds like Wendy just started working here. So you just started running the shop? How's it all going? I wish I could say I'm nailing it, but it honestly doesn't feel like that most of the time. That's no good. The shop has been in my family for generations. I thought in my hands it would be the best it's ever been, but it's kinda the same. The same is good. At least it's not worse than it was. I suppose you're right. Is there anything that would boost your confidence? Well, there is one thing. What is it? Do you see those portraits on the wall? They're lovely. Every shop owner in my family has had a beautiful portrait created of them, except for me. Mine is just a silly photo. It's actually epic, though. It's a nice photo. Yeah, sure, but it's not the same. I haven't got the slightest idea how I'm supposed to get someone to create a beautiful portrait. I don't even know who painted those. Those ones. Have you tried painting one yourself? With what time? And besides, art was never my strong suit. Maybe you could paint it for me. I wish. I'm not much of a painter. Well, if you find anyone that wants to paint me, could you let me know? Ooh. Are they supposed to know if they want to paint you, if they can't see you? Here, take this photo of me. Okay. Kinda weird. What's weird? Just carrying a photo of you on the off chance that I find a painter who can paint you a portrait? I don't think that's weird. Okay, sorry. Nice, we got a photo. That's good. Someone maybe is a painter? I think we asked all the questions. Okay. We asked all the questions for now. Let's do a clean sweep of the area. Fair pick. Nice. Motive would be steal the hats and sell them back to town. I don't think that Wendy would do that. She needs her portrait painted. 7 months in the biz. Okay, cool. Not weird at all. Cool. Let's see, what can we do here? So yeah, I guess they just sell stuff here. Oh, suspicious bug. Let's talk to the mole man again. I like these gloves for stealing. Oh, these could come in handy. Get it handy? Gloves?
Excuse me.
Yes, Sheriff?
Those are evidence.
Evidence of what?
Crime.
Oh, I'll leave them here.
No.
No?
Take them.
Aren't they evidence?
Not yet.
Uh-oh, are they trying to frame us? Are they trying to frame us of a crime? Uh-oh. I don't like that tone. Not yet. Making me nervous, chat. Okay, I got gloves, which is nice. No picture of us here. Let's talk to. Howdy, Sheriff Mason Mole.
Hello.
How's your new position here?
What?
Good job. Are you enjoying being sheriff?
Yes.
That's great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Oh, it looks like our book that got stolen. It looks like his hands. You guys see that? I just noticed at the other angle what the hands look like, and they look like the hands that stole our book, maybe, but it could be another mole, I guess. You know, you look really familiar. Have I seen you around before?
No.
Strange. You must have a familiar face.
No.
You're probably right. My memory plays tricks on me all the time.
Yes.
So how did you meet Lobster Cop?
School.
You've known each other since school? That's wild. You must be close.
Yes.
Lobster Cop is pretty hard to please. He must think highly of you to suggest you as the new sheriff.
Yes.
That's nice, isn't it, to have a friend who thinks the world of you?
Yep.
What were you doing before this?
Before?
Before you became sheriff? Did you have a different job?
Yes.
What was it?
I helped.
Helped?
I helped out.
Helped out who? With what?
Not important.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. There I go again, being nosy.
Goodbye.
Oh, okay, see ya. Sus. Sus mole. The mole is a bit sus. Wanted to be the only person in town with a hat. That is funny. Needs to be left alone, it seems. A fellow of few words. Previous job was helped out. Okay, good to know. We got gloves. We talked to Mole. Take a peek around. You still mad at us? Excuse me, Susie Rabbit. Hello?
What?
It's me, the detective.
Yeah, I know. They should call you the Flake.
Why?
'Cause you always flake on your promises. I'm gonna have a break in my room. I'm gonna have to break in on my own now, huh?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, didn't ask.
Why are you breaking in anyways?
Bit nosy for someone who doesn't want to help.
Being nosy is my job.
Fine. I don't have any ID, so I can't get in the vault.
Oh. So you only wanted to steal things that belong to you?
Yeah.
Surely there's another way of getting them.
Oh, so now you want to help? Typical.
Toad investigator, that's true. He loves helping stealing hats, that's true.
Oh, so now.
Okay. I just mean, breaking in sounds dangerous, you could get hurt. I heard all these banks are booby-trapped.
Why?
So people don't break in.
What? What's wrong with breaking in?
Well, the point of a bank is to keep valuables safe. If people can break in, it kind of defeats the purpose of a bank.
I'm starting to get it. Ugh, that's so annoying. I have a piece of evidence that's vital to the missing hats case.
Wait, what? I could really use that.
So you'll help me?
I really shouldn't. What kind of evidence?
It's a map. I think it might lead to where the hats are hidden. I found it this morning, right after the hats were stolen. It had big letters on the top and it said, crime map, eat after eating. I didn't eat it, obviously.
That's good to hear. Maybe there's another way to get into your vault. Mind if I ask you some questions? Oh, so he skipped all this dialogue on accident. A vault. So let's brainstorm ideas to get into the vault.
Oh, sure. What about we kick the bank teller?
What? Absolutely not.
I'm joking, obviously.
Were you?
No, I was not.
Okay, new idea. We'll find your ID.
I'm gonna be honest with you, detective.
What is it?
I'm pretty sure my ID is in the bank vault.
Oh, that's a conundrum.
Yeah. But there is a silver lining. We live in a town filled with outlaws.
I don't live here.
Surely one of the outlaws will know how to make a fake ID.
Is that against the rules?
What rules?
The bank rules?
It's my vault. What are they gonna do? Ban me from my own possessions?
Suppose not.
Great, so it's settled. You give me a fake ID.
What? No.
Suit yourself.
Theoretically, if I were to help...
Yes! Thank you, detective. I'll wait right here.
Okay. Mind if I ask you some questions? About the vital piece of evidence, the map.
What about it?
What can you tell me about it? Do you remember what it had on it?
It was a map of the graveyard, I think.
Oh, that's helpful.
Barely helpful. The graveyard is massive. You'd be looking forever without some guide to tell you where to go. Besides, it's super haunted up there. I wouldn't want to spend too long looking around.
It's haunted?
That's what the rumors say.
Do you remember anything else about the map?
Nah, not really. Listen, if you can help me get into the vault, it's all yours. Sound like a good deal?
I'll do my best. Mind if I ask you some questions? Oh, there's more about map or no? I think we already asked everything. Okay, so yeah, already asked everything for now about the map, but we could unlock some more later. So that's good. Moving on. Yeah, I gotta sip my tea. So her motive could be she misplaced the hats in the vault. Interesting. She's short and she's got a short temperature. She's an ethical criminal. Not a big believer in rules though. Lucy made it! Okay, so this is the Lucy update. Okay, Lucy? We're gonna catch you up. Because you're late night gang. That's just how we do things, okay? So this is... We're derailing the story for a minute to do the Lucy update, okay, chat? So basically, we're Frog Detective. We don't have a horse because that's unethical, so we have a scooter. And we scoot around like no one has ever scooted. We're the best scooters in town already, and we just got here. We got a call from our supervisor to work on like a small case in this town. And when we got here, our nemesis, the lobster, kind of told us that the case was already kind of handled, but that the sheriff, that the lobster actually got hired in the town, needs help with something. And what he needs is help catching the criminal, I think, who steals everyone's hats. So that's what we're working on. We're interviewing people about who stole the hats. And that's kind of where we're at. We've been hopping around quite a bit. This is Susie. She wants us to help her break into this bank. Which at first we said no, but now it sounds like we're maybe gonna help her. And then over here is Craig. He is like a conspiracist, sort of. He loves secret societies, but no one will let him be a member. But we're helping him out a little bit. No one really has interest in hats much yet. This is Wendy. Wendy owns this general store that was, I think, her family's, and now she runs it. She wants her portrait taken, like these portraits. But we had to find a painter. Already know there's nothing really hat related there yet. This is the most sus person so far, who is the what's his name? His name is Mason. He's the new sheriff, and he's kind of sketchy in that he doesn't really answer too many questions. He's a man of few words. Also, his hands look very similar, very familiar. Also, before this, supposedly someone swiped our journal, but Frog Detective doesn't know it, but we know it, and it looks someone similar to this guy. That's all we know about that. And that's kind of where we're at so far, okay? So that's the update. Also, Mo is in this game. Lucy, I don't know if you were here when we did the other Frog Detective games, but we love Mo, and Mo is here, but he's playing a bandit, so I don't know if his name will be Mo. That's pretty much the update. Okay, that's the Lucy update. Back to the scheduled programming. Do you get all that, Lucy? Hope so. Ooh, this guy's cool. I kind of want to talk to Mo, chat. There's a map here of the town. Oh, this is a map, but I don't know if it's the kind of map that we need. Oh, great. I can use this to orient myself if I get lost. Okay. We got a town map. That's good. I like town map. Okay. Easy enough. That's the dang map. Talk to Mo, dude. Rhonda Dynamite. I need a new voice.
They come before I to face off with the powerful Rhonda Dynamite.
Rhonda. Yeah, Rhonda ain't Mo. Maybe they're related. Rhonda Dynamite, but maybe it's stage name.
That's me. Ready for a weapon, Frog? It is time for us to do battle.
I do not have a weapon. I'm not super interested in doing battle.
Why are you here to face me? This is my land, Frog. You cannot just waltz in here and expect to take it.
Your land? You own the scooter barn?
No, but I learn here every day. Everybody knows this. Where have you been? Do you live under a rock, Frog? I thought a lily pad might be more suitable, huh?
I live at 100 Skeleton Street, Slippery Pond.
Did you just give me your full address?
Yes?
You literally just met me. Don't give your full address to strangers.
Why not? How else are you gonna know where I live?
You have a good point.
There's Grace, the creator of the game. The detective does not have a great point.
Oh, so this is just a PSA. Don't give your address away. Do not give your address out to strangers, unless your house is super cool and you're mega rich. True. Then tell people where you live, because how else are they gonna know you live in a mansion? Okay, even then, just show them a photo. Don't give them your address. Thanks for playing. I'll leave you to it. Little Grace cameo. Epic. Anyway, I'm not sure why you're trying to fight me. Would you like me to leave?
No, I'm enjoying having some company. So, what do you do? What do you do as a job?
Oh, I'm the detective. I'm here to solve the case of the missing hats.
Just in time. When you find the culprit, bring him here. I'll beat him up.
What? No.
Give him a taste of the fists. These fists.
I miss this so much.
Kick him in the nose. Tie their shoes together, jumble them up. Tell him they're ugly.
Please, no.
I'm an outlaw detective. I hate it when people do the wrong thing.
That's the opposite of an outlaw.
You're right. I think this life isn't for me anymore.
Think so?
Be honest with you, detective. I was meaning to apply for sheriff.
Oh, it was filled just before I got here. Rhonda's voice is so good, I would actually listen to video game voice play. It could be epic.
Yeah, I know, but some rando.
His name is Mason Mole. I'm sure Lobster Cop wouldn't have given the job to just anyone. He must be very qualified.
Doesn't mean he's not a rando.
Suppose not. What makes you want to be the sheriff?
I'm a natural leader. I run my outlaw group with class and style, and I love to help others. Got a problem that needs solving, I'm a girl. And I'm tough. No one's gonna mess with me.
Marge? Yeah, it's a little Marge-ish. It's a little Marge-ish. I didn't realize I was doing Marge. It's different than Marge. Wow, you sound like a great fit for the job.
I think so too, but I'm too late now.
Oh, it's ripping up my throat. Not necessarily. You could always talk to Mason Mole, show him your expertise. Maybe you could be co-sheriffs.
That's a really great idea.
I want to tell you, I was at a party, but rushed home ASAP since Michael was streaming Frog Detective 3, and I could not miss it. Oh, that's epic. Was it a Halloween party? Dang, that feels bad. Get that on a party? That's crazy. You could have watched it at the party. That would be funny. Right choice. You mind if I question you about the case I'm working on? Okay, we gotta ask. How do you intend to become the sheriff?
By force. I will simply beat up Mason Mole.
What? You can't do that.
Yes, I can. I'm running the dynamite. The rules don't apply to me.
It was a Halloween party, but also want to go home anyways. Nice. That's good. It's a win-win. What did Mason Mole ever do to you?
I don't know, but he's shifty. Just don't trust his face.
Yeah, me neither. Please don't take the role by force. Have you tried submitting a resume?
A resume, you say? Like a list of skills and experience?
Yeah, I think that would be a better option than beating up Sheriff Mason Mole.
What's fun, though? I don't really have the writing supplies for making a resume. If I had a paper and stuff, I could probably manage it.
I can get you the writing supplies, just please don't beat up the sheriff.
Fine. I was just thinking about it.
Do you mind if I question you about the case I'm working on? Okay. Your job. What kind of work do you do?
Well, detective, I'd love to tell you, but I need to know I can trust you.
Oh, I understand. If you're worried about me telling on you, I won't tell. My only concern today is the mystery of the missing hats. If you've stolen the hats, I will totally tell on you, though.
That's reasonable. Well, okay, then I'm a mouse of many skills. I specialize in forgery and fraud.
Wow, sounds intense.
Mostly a lot of printing stuff out. You forge all types of things. Important documents, birth certificates, IDs, you name it.
Could you forge a certificate that says #1 best detective?
Why?
No reason. I'm just joking. Pretend I didn't say that.
Okay.
Do you mind if I question you about the case I'm working on? Okay, I think we asked all the questions. Sweet. Moving on. Rhonda Dynamite is epic. Maybe Rhonda is Mo, though. Undercover. Chip time. We got a chip. We got a chip reward. I think we earned us some chips. Motive. Okay, motive. I honestly don't think she would need a motive to steal the hats. Just a hunch. Yeah. Room for Rhonda being epic, though. Okay. Okay, we gotta go in this saloon now. See you. Let's see if there's any clues out here. White cheddar Cheetos, nice. Those are good. I like the puffed, like, baked ones. Is it gonna play some honky tonk? Honky tonk worm, chat. It is the silly saloon. Oh my god. How does he play with no hands? This song is a hit. Epic. Oh, here's a painter. Maybe he can do the portrait. I like to look around before we start talking to people. Hits only. We'll be back for you. Can I scoot from up here? Oh, again! Hacked! Ah! Sounds like I did that voice. Well, we're up here, I guess. It is epic up here. I guess I didn't have to try to hack my way up here, after all. Okay. Back to business. Think so. Well, if it isn't the frog of the hour. Scoot on the roof. Maybe the frog of 1.5 hours if we're being generous. 45 minutes if you're speedy. Huh, well, you get what I mean. It's good to see you, detective. Have we met? Not in person, no. I've sent you several emails asking to illustrate your frog blog. Huh. Oh, you must be Pistol. That's me, finest artist in all country cowboy. Whoop! And potentially the world. Yes, you mentioned that many times in your emails. It's a shame we haven't been able to work together. Your stories come to me so visually. I would love to illustrate them. I'd love that too. Unfortunately, I do not have $1 million money to pay you with. It's actually $2 million money. Yes, sorry. It's no matter, detective. Simply saving up and you will be able to afford my work one day. Huh. I'll do that. Are you working on something at the moment? Yes, my finest piece yet. It's, well, you see, it's clearly, who am I kidding, detective? Quarry alert! Quarry alert! I've lost my artistic touch. Oh, I'm sure it's just a bit of creative block. Creative block? No. I clicked on a banner on cyberspace and it took me to a strange website. What did the banner say? Click here for an epic video of a worm who is buff. You were right to click it. When it loaded, it was just a scary picture of a witch. It made a loud cackling noise and the screen just said, "You just got a curse on you from this website." Oh, that sounds familiar. That's what happened to us last week. That's actually crazy. Ever since then, I lost my artistic talents. That's terrible. When did that happen? More curses. Earlier today! I don't mean to doubt you, but... Are you sure it wasn't just a prank? A prank? I don't think so. The witch was really scary, and I'm normally very brave. Did the website have any specifics about the curse? Pistol was watching Frogville stream. No. Well, how do you know the curse is on your artistic talents? Oh wait, wrong voice. It's been 3 hours and I haven't found my latest muse. A muse? You know, a subject that piques my interest. Every day I find one and today I haven't seen anything that inspires me. Can I ask you some questions? Maybe that flower we found. Go ahead. Okay, the curse. Can you tell me more about the curse from that website you visited? I don't know what more there is to say. I wanted to see a video of a buff worm and I was tricked, fooled. Cyberspace can be a really troubling place. Nobody warned me. On the bright side, I clicked on a banner that said I was the 1000th visitor and I won 100,000 money. What, really? Yeah. You have the money? It just asked me for my banking information and I gave it to him. You did what? Relax, how else was I gonna get my prize money? That seems really dangerous. You're just jealous because I won 100,000 money. It's already there in my bank account. Really, you checked? Yes. I bought the new outfit with my winnings. Wow, I'm sorry for doubting you. It's fine. I guess I'll always click on those banners from now on. True. Sounds like a plan. Can I ask you some questions? Go ahead. Okay, now the muse. What kind of muse does he want? You mentioned needing a muse. I'm cursed to never have one. Well, it's only been a few hours. One might show up. I doubt it. I think this is the end of my painting career. Don't give up now. What if I could help you find a muse? You want to help me? I'd love to. Let me think. Maybe you could draw me. I have no interest in drawing you. That's understandable. If you can find me a photograph of something compelling to draw, I would be very grateful. But I think it might be too much of a challenge. Nothing is too much a challenge for me. What about putting on a hat? No comment. Your head is a weird shape. I know this. I'll get to work finding a photograph for you to draw. Oh, we have to find a photograph. Oh, interesting. Thank you, detective. I wish you the best of luck. Oh yeah, Wendy's photo. That's right. Wendy could be the muse. Fair pick. Muse? I found a photograph for you to paint. Oh, can I see? Here you go. Wow, this is beautiful. Is this Wendy from the store? Sure is. It would be my absolute pleasure to paint this. I did it. What? I lifted the witch's curse. I mean, I guess. Seems like it was probably a prank. Oh, I thought you said it was scary. I don't think I said that. I'm really brave doesn't sound like something I'd say. Right, I must be mistaken. It's okay, we all make mistakes. Well, not me so much. So will this work as your new muse? Absolutely, stay right there. I'm gonna paint it immediately. Oh yeah. Oh wait, wrong voice. And voila! Alright. Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you, I'm so proud of it. What are you gonna do with it now? Oh, this is just a warm-up for me. You can keep this portrait if you like. Really? Yeah, or throw it out, I don't mind. I'm just happy I got my talent back. The talent was inside you all along. No, it wasn't. Okay. Got a portrait, nice. Owned. Pistol. Pistol is kind of epic. Especially for a panda. Allegedly cursed. Always give your banking information to anyone who asks for it. That is a good tip. Okay. Let's talk to you. This is a bat? Bonnie, huh? Afternoon, detective. What can I get for you? Oh, nothing for me, thanks. I'm here on official business. I hear about hats. I must look a heck of a suspect. Why's that? I'm the only resident of Cowboy County without a hat. I mean, until now. That's pretty suspicious of me. I could have stolen them all out of jealousy. I cooked them up in my stew. Ha. Did you steal the hats and cook them up in your stew? You bet. Oh. Everyone come get your hat stew. Ha. I'm just pulling your leg, detective. I'm a jokester. They call me Banter and Bonnie around here. That's a nice nickname. I'm literally joking. They just call me Bonnie. I made that up. Oh, haha. Now you're getting it. I'm full of jokes. Yeah. I get it now. Anyways, you mentioned that you don't wear a hat. Why not? My head is a weird shape. I'm literally joking. My head is completely normal. Oh, mine too. I just don't like the way hats look with my dress. Plus, I'm inside most of the time, so why bother? It's not a suspicious thing, LOL. Okay, LOL. Hey, detective. Yeah? I know a lot about Cowboy County. I know it all. Why are we yelling? It's a joke, LOL. Is it okay if I talk normally? Yes, but it was just a joke. Okay. Anyways, as I was saying, my job here isn't just to run the saloon. I'm also a key historian for Cowboy County. Rocket Detective 3. Yes. Welcome back, Monstera Plant. Despite my hilarious nature, I take the role very seriously. For example, did you know that the graveyard up on the hill is gravely haunted? Gravely. Sorry? It's gravely haunted graveyard.
Bonnie fan. Bonnie fan.
Yeah, that's what I said. I have tons of stories and photographs from the Haunted Hill. You can check them out if you want.
It does feel like Silly Saloon, actually. Because Bonnie's telling jokes in the saloon? How does this happen? Penguin. Did we accidentally make Frog Detective 3 in Frogville? This is crazy. We didn't even know. Frog Prophet.
LOL, I just got the Gravely thing. Ah.
Can I ask you some questions about this case? Okay, the ghost photos. Do you know much about the photos here in the saloon? I forgot to look at them.
Legend has it they're haunted. I don't know if I believe it, but you're welcome to take a look at them and I'll tell you what I know.
Sure, thanks. Can I ask you some questions about the case? Okay, hat stew. You didn't actually make a hat stew, did you?
Of course not, gross. I am making stew though. It's the only way I can think to get the regular customers back.
Where'd they go?
Oh, they're around, but I think they got a bit scared off.
Do you have bandits in the saloon?
LOL, I wish.
It's worse. Artists. Artists? Creative types. That doesn't sound scary at all.
No, but no.
You're right.
It just changes the vibe. They hang around all day creating things, finding themselves. I miss the rootin' tootin' cowboy bootin' times we used to have. Oh, wee.
You're not a fan of art?
I like the cartoon section of the newspaper, if that counts.
Sure. You just want everyone to party a bit more, right?
Right. Get them to stop talking to themselves, taking themselves so seriously.
So your solution is stew?
Hat stew! I'm joking!
Sorry, I'm still learning about jokes.
It's just a normal stew, but I'm famous for around here. Lure them in here with the stew, keep them here with the party atmosphere.
Sounds like a great plan. Bonnie is so much like Penguin. I don't have enough ingredients though.
Say, you could buy me some carrots, I'll give you the cash.
Sure. Got some money. I'm pretty sure that Wendy had some carrots.
Oh, and around these parts there's really delicious edible cactus flowers. Could you collect 4 for me?
Okay, so we just found one of those. I guess so. I'll give you as much stew as you want in return. Sounds like a good deal. Okay. Let's look at these pictures real quick. We got some haunted photos. This music is still hitting though. Bonnie is epic. Carrots and cactus flowers, okay.
She's joking.
Allegedly doesn't wear hats, but appears to be wearing a hat of some sort. That is a good point. Hates creativity. These notes are funny. Okay, let's take a peek. Oh, these are interesting. This seems... is that Craig? It's a ghost.
Ooh, Mark? Nah, I wish Mark was a ghost.
Shoot. What?
That didn't come out right. LOL. That's my ex-husband.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it. Why'd you get divorced?
Seems like a pretty personal question.
My bad.
I'm just kidding. He's not my ex-husband. I actually don't know who that is, but I call him Mark. I think that photo is over 50 years old. Take my word for it, though. That's not a haunted photo. It's a nice... he has a nice energy.
Okay.
Yeah, this one seems more haunted. Oh, we can look at all of them. Okay. See what's the deal with this. This one is super spooky. Surely it has to be a ghost photo. That's old Snappy Fresh. He was one of the original gold miners here in town about 100 years ago. Wow. It's old and creepy. It totally fits the description I'm looking for. Yeah, well, you're out of luck. Oh? Old Snappy Fresh is still alive. How could he be a ghost? He's still alive? How old is he? It's impolite to ask an old person's age. He's 130 years old. How do you know? I asked. Coincidentally, that's how I learned it was rude to ask someone's age.
Okay, thanks.
Rootin' tootin'. Okay. This one's cool. That one's not haunted. This one could be haunted. Is this a ghost? I doubt it. That's a photo of a visitor from about a year ago. They came and changed all the colors in Cowboy County. It was really weird and messy. Fun though. And they're still alive? I sure hope so. Thanks. Okay. This rabbit. Oh, I like this one. I hope it's not haunted. Look, detective, this is the most haunted photo of all. Ah, why? Legend has it this rabbit was a real mean guy. He would put banana peels out for people to trip on, give people wedgies, you name it. Wow, that's horrible. Yeah. Wait. Sorry, I'm thinking of someone else. How embarrassing. No, yeah, this guy was a sheriff about 80 years ago. Great sheriff, loved by all. So not haunted? No, sorry. All good. Chicory. Okay. And now this one. This one seems a little haunted. Is that Freddy? I think it's Fred. This one is standing in front of a graveyard. That's totally haunted behavior. Or maybe she's mourning. You ever think of that? Then why is she smiling? Yeah, good point. Actually, I know who that is. That's Betsy, one of the first shop owners here in Cowboy County. He sold all those gravestones to residents of the town. I suspect that's why she has such a big smile on her face. The smile of a clever businesswoman. Not haunted. Not haunted. Okay, thanks. So many Fox Academy references, I know. Whoa, what's going on? Ooh, haunted music. Which one is haunted, chat? Maybe none of them. Uh-oh. Is this one haunted? Oh my god. There was a Freddy jump scare. What the hell? That was not cool, Fred. I was messed up. Wait, was this one here before? I don't remember. It has such a strange energy to it. Yeah, I suddenly feel really chilly when I look at it. He's handsome yet cold, like he's seen too much. A man who has lived 1,000 lives. There's a kindness to him, but also great mystery. Bonnie? Yes, detective? I think this is a haunted photo. I think you might be right. May I take it? Please do, I'd be glad to get rid of it. Okay, so that goes to Craig. Good to know. I can't believe there was a jump scare. Okay, we got Ghost Pick. I wish we could talk to the worm. Okay, let's talk to the guy on the balcony. Hello. I sit and ponder, detective. Is this theft a bad thing? Perhaps. But who are we to determine good and bad? A stolen hat is a message. Do not let yourself be shielded. The light of the sun holds more answers than we think.
Answers to what?
Questions.
What questions?
Why is it so bright out there? How do I charge the solar-powered bobblehead? And more, I'm certain of it. We spend so much time focused on how to find the missing hats, and no time considering why we had them in the first place.
I would assume for sun protection.
Protection from the sun? What harm does the sun pose to us?
The sun can be bad for your skin. If I stay in the sun too long, my skin goes all crispy. I turn into a crispy fried snack.
Is being crispy wrong, Detective?
It's wrong for me.
Who are we to determine what wrong and right?
Well, I'm the frog detective.
And I am just a lonely poet trying to make sense of the world.
It's nice to meet you.
And you?
You sure think a lot about things, huh?
I try, but I think I get it wrong a lot of the time.
Who are we to determine wrong and right?
Huh.
If you don't mind me saying, you don't look too much like a cowboy.
Oh, I'm no cowboy. I'm Dusty. I'm an outlaw/poet. I'm trying to compose the perfect cowboy poem. It's taking forever. I'm no good at this.
But you have so much to say.
Yes, but when I write it down, it gets so muddled. Nothing comes out right.
I'm sure it sounds great.
It doesn't. I'm ashamed to even show anyone.
You could show me, I won't judge.
Okay. A cowboy's life is so much fun, sitting round on your bum. Ride a scooter, sing a tune, say a yee-haw in the afternoon. The sun is bright, their smiles shines brighter when waving at this lonely writer. I give a nod and smile back too, yet I wish I could be someone new. An outlaw's life is not for me. I want to ride and be carefree. Instead, I sit and write stuff down, not fitting in with this cowboy town. That's my poem.
It's beautiful. I would say that's the perfect cowboy poem.
Thanks, but I think I want to write a new one.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about the case?
Go ahead.
Okay, do you need help workshopping a perfect cowboy poem?
I would love that. Nobody here really gets me, you know?
Totally.
I'll show you what I have so far, and maybe you can help me finish it.
Sure.
I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal.
Oh, we get to write it. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal from his sack. Huh. From his sack is funny. From his sack?
Nice. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal from his sack.
Liar. He finished quickly.
Oh, he finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off
towards the store to get some more, because he was bored.
'cause he was bored. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off 'cause he was bored. Just ahead, to his shock, stood a newly built office block. There was Nessie from the lock. So he saw a goblin on a rock. Hell yes. He saw a goblin on a rock. Okay, sure. Just go ahead, to his shock. He saw a goblin on a rock. This is supposed to be cowboy poem. Yeah, we should collab. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover... Ooh, a tumbleweed in its place. That's a good line. That brings it back to the cowboy. Ooh, plot twist, okay. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover a tumbleweed in its place. The cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went. To tell his friend Ned. Back to bed. It's perfect. It's the perfect poem. I can't wait to recite it in front of a crowd. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, detective. Wasn't a problem at all. I had lots of fun. I feel like I understand the cowboy life a bit better now. Maybe one day I'll feel confident enough to become one myself. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks. Hey, since I've written the perfect poem, I don't need my writing supplies in. Really? You don't want to write any more poems? No, I do, but every time I start a new project, I like to use new tools. I don't take the energy of the poem with the old one. Sounds expensive. Yeah, anyway, take them. Cool. Who wanted the writing set again? I think we talked to all the NPCs mostly. Like for the first round, and then we'll start giving people stuff back. Wanted to absorb cowboy powers through cowboy hat osmosis is a potential motive. That's funny. We got his need. Just someone to talk to, I think. Aw. Kinda love Dusty. Not great at budgeting. Okay. See you later, Dust. Who needed the writing supplies? Was it her? No. Forget what she needed. Oh, the stew ingredients. Yeah, doy. I guess we can look at our case files. Let's see, who wanted the writing? Oh, it was Rhonda. Writing supplies for fake resume. Yes, you're right. Thank you, Dub. Yeah, we could talk to him real quick. Let's go back or her. Oh no! We broke it! Do you guys see that? We broke the game. Epic. I think I figured out how to break the game. We figured out how to break it. That was kind of crazy. Well, at least we get to scoot a little bit. I'm glad that I had some kind of code to bring us back there. I hope we're not trapped. Or... Okay, I thought we broke the game. Sheesh. Phew.
Okay. We're back in business, baby. Never left. Okay, let's talk to, what was it, Dynamite? Ooh. You mind if I blah, blah, blah. Okay, writing fake resume time. I have some writing supplies right here.
Oh, how did you get those so quickly?
I helped to compose a beautiful poem.
Sounds boring. Thanks for getting those writing supplies for me. I appreciate it. If there's anything I can do for you, let me know. I have a bunch of skills.
I wish I had a bunch of skills.
Can't all be run like Dynamite.
Do you mind if I question you? Fake ID, okay. Ooh. You mentioned you can forge identification, right?
Sure can.
I was wondering if you could help me out.
Sure, anything for my friend, the detective.
Amazing. I need to get a fake ID made for Susie. Can you help?
Can do.
Did you want to know what it's for?
Nope, not interested in other people's business. Get that ready for you in a jiffy.
Okay. We're getting so many things. Ding.
Alright, hold on. Anything else you got on, bud?
I think I'm done for now. I'm good for now. Thanks so much.
No worries, partner.
Gotta love Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. Where's ID? Nice. Good, good, good. Suspicious. Oh, because... Oh, I can decide if they're suspicious yet. I don't think they're suspicious. I should put a suspicious on the mole, I think. But I don't know if it affects anything. I think it's just for my notes. Who else is suspicious? I feel like that's it. I guess Larry is suspicious for sure. That's about it, I think. Susie, maybe, but I don't know. Okay, let's go. Guess we could just go back in order here. Mason, so sus. Can I ask you some questions? Oh, yeah. You're not gonna believe this. What is it? I managed to get you a portrait. Wait, seriously? Yep, Pistol the painter saw your photo and he thought you were the perfect muse. He said that about me? Sure did. Can I see the painting? Sure, I'll hang it up for you. Boom, nice. Wow, it's great. Pistol is so talented. How much do I owe him? No charge. He said he was just glad to be free of the witch's cyberspace curse. Sorry, what? It's a whole thing. Don't worry about it. Painting isn't cursed, is it? I don't think so. Well, good. Thanks so much for getting this portrait for me, detective. It was no problem at all. What can I give you for your trouble? Let me think. Oh, I know. Take this ladder. A whole ladder? That seems quite big. You'll barely notice you're holding it, I promise. If you say so, thanks. Got a ladder. We're laddered up. Carrots money. Oh yeah, we gotta buy carrots from Wendy, I think. Cool. Don't you have carrots? Yeah, right here. Can I please buy these carrots? You have money? Sure do, plenty of it. Okay, no need to brag. Take as many as you need. Thanks. Okay, so we got carrots for the stew. Now we need some of those flowers. Very epic. 2 hours already? That's crazy. Okay. Now we can go... give you the photo. And ask you some questions. There you go. Go speak. So I took a look at all the photos in the saloon, and I think this one is definitely a ghost.
Oh, really? How do you know?
Bonnie helped me out by telling me the stories of all the photos. The rest of the photos seem pretty normal, but this one's something else.
I can just tell. The energy from this photo is very spooky and suspicious. I should have known right away, but I suppose I can only be so smart.
I suppose that's true.
Is it okay if I take a photocopy of this?
That's fine.
Hopefully this is enough proof for the Ghost Spotters League to finally let me in.
If they don't, it's their loss.
Thanks. Hey, can I give you something for your help?
What do you have?
A pickaxe.
Why?
Sorry?
Why do you have a pickaxe?
What's to you? Can't I just carry around a pickaxe? Is there something wrong with that?
No, I guess not, but usually when people give stuff to me, they have some reason for having it in the first place.
Do people give you stuff to you often?
Yeah, pretty often.
Okay, well, don't really have an explanation for the pickaxe thing, sorry.
That's okay, I guess. Just one more mystery that will haunt me for the rest of my days.
That seems real intense. It's just a pickaxe.
For you, maybe.
Whatever.
Thanks for the pickaxe.
Nice.
Okay. Rat. Okay, we got his needs. Not sus to me. Now we can do bank stuff. Mind if I ask you some questions? Okay, so before I give you this, just know that this makes me very uncomfortable. But I know how important it is for me to solve this case and impress Lobster Cop. So, here's your fake ID.
Yes! This rules. It looks so realistic.
I don't think it looks realistic at all, but it should be enough to get you in.
Okay, I'll be right back. It worked! Thanks, Detective. I'll be sure to tell everyone I know about how you helped me.
Oh, no, that's okay. You don't need to tell anyone.
Hear ye, the detective helped me break into the bank.
No.
They should call you the burglar.
I do not want to be called that.
Fine. Here, I got the map out for you.
Got a crime map. Let's go.
And I got my real ID out, so I won't be breaking the rules anymore.
Glad to hear that. Thanks for the map. I think it'll be a big help. Boom. Okay. Susie is cool. I don't know if she would steal hats, but I think it's fine. Okay, now we gotta go. Did we do something for the painter yet? Get what we need for painter. Oh, I don't think he needed anything, did he? Oh yeah, he just needed his muse. Let's look at my book. Let's check out everyone's needs. I know that we need the stew stuff. What does Lobster need? He needs the scene map, which we got. The criminal tool. Don't know, but it could be the pickaxe. A key and a meal. The meal, I'm guessing, is the stew. The key, I'm not sure where we'll get. I think we just need the stew. So let's get the cactus flowers. I think we just need... I don't know if there's multiple, oops. But I know where some are. I think it was the other side.
Dong, ding dong, ding dong, dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Oh, here, does this count? Cactus flower. There we go. Okay, I got one. Good thing I had these gloves. Nice. So that's what the gloves were for. I think she said we needed 4. Yeah. Got carrots. I definitely know where 2 are. We should start speedrunning this game. I guess it's funner to read it. I don't mean today, but we could just be the speedrunner community. Okay, let's go. Zip, zip. Keep your eyes out for them. Oh, we didn't talk to that guy up here yet. We should do that while we're over here. We need one more. Let's go talk to this person. Totally forgot that there was someone up here. There's another flower there, I think. See this. Wow, look at you. Huh? Your jumper, your vacant smile. Those piercing eyes. Are you a model? I certainly am not. Maybe it's time to start modeling. Maybe. Or maybe it's time to solve a mystery. Ah, yeah. Actually, I don't know what you mean. I'm a detective. Ah. Is there a problem? I don't want any trouble. I'm an outlaw, you see? My name is Sherman. Authority, and I don't always see eye to eye. I have no authority at all. You have the authority to steal my heart. What? Because of your good looks. Huh? Just a little joke. Not about your looks, you look great. It was like, you could, like, steal my heart because you're so dashing. You're too kind. Anyway, how could I help you, detective? I'm here about the missing hats. The missing hearts? You've stolen them. Sorry, just joking. Maybe not the time for my killer sense of humor. Sherman needs to get together with, what's her name? Joker. The silly saloon lady. Was it Bridget or something? That's right. Mine was stolen. Do you have any leads? Who done it? That's what I'm here to figure out. Did you see anything suspicious over the last couple days? I looked in a mirror. I'm suspicious looking because I'm an outlaw. Oh. Well, honestly, I'm a bit confused about how this new sheriff came into the picture. My fellow outlaw, Rhonda Dynamite, was working up the courage to ask the new sheriff. Clearly, she didn't get the courage in time, because the new guy Mason Mole wandered in like he owns the place. You don't like him? Oh, don't get me wrong, he's okay. I just don't know why he wants to be the sheriff. Oh, Bonnie, thank you. So, you guys are better with the names than me. Cowboy County has always been a lawless land. That's the way we like it. Everybody respects and understands each other there, so I just thought it would be better if the sheriff was one of us. Not saying he'll do a bad job or nothing, but I just hope he keeps the county as kind as it ever was. Have you spoken to him much? He's barely said 2 words the whole time he has been here. I assume he's shy, so I'll give him time to settle in. But I don't know. It can be strange when someone new comes into your community. I really want to be as welcoming as possible, but I have a few concerns. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about the case? Okay, here we go. Why are you so suspicious of Mason Mole? Not like me to be suspicious, really. You know me. I do not. Not yet. Wink.
Anyway, I just don't really understand his motives. Why is he here?
I'm not sure.
Obviously, I wanted to trust the lobster cop's judgment, but this new guy is so quiet and shady. Do you even know what job he did before this?
I have no idea, do you know?
Nope.
Figures. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about the case? Okay, the mine. Talking about the mine. Are they gonna copy us about the mines again? Just kidding. Any reason you're hanging out by the mines?
Well, yeah. I heard there's gold in there.
Wow.
I really like gold.
I don't mean to sound insensitive, but I want to ask, is it a thing for sloths to like gold?
Why do you ask?
My friend Martin is a sloth and also loves gold. He made a crown out of it. Sounds heavy. Yeah.
Well, I haven't really thought about it before, but yes, I do think sloths do like gold. But then again, who doesn't?
I find it doesn't suit my complexion.
I think anything would suit your complexion. But anyway, I've been trying to get into the mine, but it's all blocked up.
Dang, have you tried exploding it with dynamite?
What? No, that sounds really dangerous. I was thinking more of the lines of a pickaxe.
Oh, that'd probably be better, yeah. Do you have one I can trade for you for a shovel? I'll think about it. I do have one. You mentioned you wanted a pickaxe, right?
Sure did.
I have one here if you'd be willing to trade for the shovel.
Oh, I'd love that, thanks. I could also trade for a nice dinner, just you and I,
He keeps hitting on us. I'll take the shovel for now.
Offer's open.
Herman is
trying the charm.
Maybe after I've solved the case.
Okay.
Nice, we got a shovel. Not sure, maybe for the graveyard? Hope not. But probably something like that. Got a shovel. We need one more flower, which I think I saw the flower. Let's see what he says in the notes. I don't know, I found it difficult to pay attention, those eyes. Herman, you make me blush. Is there a love connection here? Penguin's back. I hope he didn't do it. That's kind of epic. Okay. I think that one is right there. And then we can get our stew. What song is this? It's a cool song. Thank goodness. That should be enough flowers. Okay, so I got all the ingredients for the stew. This song is epic. Get our stew on. Talk to Bonnie again. Can I ask you some questions? Okay. Hey, I managed to procure some carrots for your stew.
You're the best, detective. How'd you even manage that?
I simply went next door and bought some.
That's so cool. I added them to the stew now.
Oh, can I ask you some blah blah blah? I've just been flower picking.
Great.
Here's what I collected so far. I'll add them to the stew. I really wish you told me about that. The cactus flowers are so hard to get. I nearly pricked myself.
Haha, did you? That's so funny.
Not funny at all.
It's hilarious.
It is not hilarious. That would have hurt. Yeah, it would have. Good thing I managed to find some gloves.
You like secondhand gloves?
First and secondhand, yep.
Well, thanks for getting them.
No problem.
Hey, would you look at that?
What?
You got all the ingredients.
I mean, it was a pretty simple task.
I'm so proud of you.
What's wrong? Feels a little condescending.
What's condescending about being proud of you?
All I did was pick some flowers and go to the store.
That's more than I did.
I suppose. Just give me a sec. I'll finish up the stew and give you some. Great, thanks. I reckon I could give this to the lobster cop. Do whatever you want. Bonk, 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 bonk. I wonder what the ladder and the shovel. I guess saying the ladder is to get into the graveyard and shovel to dig something up. That's what I'm guessing. Nice. Okay, let's go talk to the lobster.
So, are you finished?
Huh?
Did you find all the things I asked for?
Think so.
Ah, great initiative. Let's take a look. A map of the crime scene. That looks like a map of the graveyard. Well, that could be it. But we'll have to wait and see. A tool capable of aiding criminal activity. Oh, a shovel,
Think you could be right, detective. A key that will... I don't think I have the key.
You do know what a key is, don't you?
A meal for the #1 best detective.
Ah, thank you very much. As the #1 best detective, this stew is clearly for me.
So I don't have everything after all, so I need the key.
You're on the right track, I suppose, but if we want to solve the mystery, you must bring me everything.
Dang, so we need to find a key. Which I'm thinking it could be something to do with that well. Maybe I should just dig in here. I can't. Now let's go check out the well. Could be a key in the well. Oh, we got a ladder for climbing down the well, I see. Lucky me. Ooh, what's down here? Ooh, a key. Look at me, a key. Nice. This is epic. I like being in this well. We should live in this well. Okay, so we got the key, now we have everything. Cool. Gotta go up. Okay. Gotta go back. We got it all now. And blah 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 blah.
Would you look at that? The rookie came through. Nice work, detective.
Thank you, Lobster Cop.
You go ahead and check out the crime scene. I'll be right behind.
I just have some quick business to attend to. I could do that.
I'll take that meal now, though.
It's all yours, enjoy. So I kind of feel like as soon as we go into the crime scene area, Lobster Cop is gonna frame us for the crime. What I'm thinking. Took a shower. Flobe is clean. Welcome, Flobe. Wrong account. Well, at least you said the name in it. Lobster Cop would never. Well, here goes nothing. Welcome, Flobe. I guess we should go to the back. According to the map, this is where the hats are hidden. An odd crime if you ask me. I wish I could figure out the motives of this crime. It doesn't make any sense. Oh well. I'll just dig these up and hope Lobster Cop has more info.
Uh-oh, someone snapped a pic. Oh, okay. Found the hats. Sure, everyone will be so relieved to have them back. I'll take them back to town. Sure is nice to have a simple resolution to this mystery. Got lost hats. Okay. We got the hats. That's good. Hope nothing happens to where we get framed. Oh, look at everyone is over there. Something going on. Do. Here comes the detective now, just in time for the town meeting to begin.
The first order of business is poem. Please read a poem.
Dusty, hello. I would like to read you my poem. This is my first time performing a poem. I am nervous. Please do not laugh. I saw a cowboy eat a snack, a bowl of cereal from his sack. He finished quickly, smart and sure, then headed off 'cause he was bored. It's a tearjerker, this one. But just ahead, to his shock, he saw a goblin on a rock. He waddled over, concentrated face, only to discover a tumbleweed in its place. The cowboy smiled and shook his head, and off he went, back to bed. Aw.
Yeah! Oh my god!
Some of these claps look funny.
Thank you for the poem. Next order of business. Crime solved.
I am pleased to announce I have recovered. I'll stop right there, detective. Huh? I am pleased to announce I have found the culprit in the case of the missing hats. Huh? Who could it be? I worked hard to come to this conclusion, so I trust I will have your full attention as I go through the facts.
Pay attention.
Earlier today, I had the pleasure of appointing Mason Mole the title of sheriff.
Everybody likes this.
Yes, this is a universally loved decision. Shortly after the detective arrived. That's me. Quiet, please, detective. As soon as the detective arrived, I'm sure you all noticed your hats go missing. Oh, yeah. Wait. It is with great sadness that I have to tell you this. The culprit of this crime, the hat-stealing monster of Cowboy County, is none other than the second best investigator, Frog Detective. Oh my god. Wait, what? I have been presented a piece of evidence by our very own Mason Mole that ties the detective to the crime. Boo, this is tragic. What evidence? This! The eyebrows drawn on. The angry eyebrows. No, this is a mistake. I was digging up the hats because I found their location. Then why do you look so mischievous? I don't. Someone has drawn eyebrows on me. I don't even have eyebrows. You have to admit, detective, you have a big motive. A motive? What? You've come into a town that prides itself on hats. It's a well-known fact that you cannot wear hats.
Weird head shape.
Yes, thank you, Sheriff Mason Mole.
Because of your weird head shape. But I don't mind if other people wear hats. It seems to me you do, Detective. Why else would you steal the hats and hide them where nobody would ever find them? But I didn't, I swear. Tell it to the judge. What judge? It's a good point. Well, we haven't seen a crime like this in our society before. We'll have to invent a punishment.
I have an idea.
What is it?
Bedroom.
What? That's less of an idea, more of an ominous concept.
I will elaborate. We put Frog Detective in the bedroom for punishment of crime.
No.
Oh my god.
How do you feel about Safeway bakery food? What do you mean bakery food? Oh, Safeway bakery food. I don't know if I used to get their cakes a lot. They had like the strawberry layered cake that was good. Is that what you mean? I haven't got that much from the bakery. It's been a long time. Yeah, I mostly had there was like a layered strawberry kind of shortcake thing that they made that was really good. And I used to like their donuts, I feel, but I haven't really had, I feel like their muffins, blueberry muffins are probably good.
An excellent, if shocking idea, Sheriff Mason Mole. We will construct the bad room at once.
I already made it.
It is in my office. Oh, well, in that case, Detective, I sentence you to 1 year of living in the bad room.
This is the worst day of my life. Jeez. Oh my god. 1 year in the bad room? Come on. I'm eating some of their brownies, and they're like the moistest brownies ever. Yeah, I remember everything I've had there is good. Oh no, bad room. It's funny that it's not jail, it's just the bad room. Bad room is more scary sounding. The lock not on anything at all. Aww. Frog detectives in the bad room and it don't feel good. Oh, there's already a song. That's the end? Oh no. They're making us be trapped in jail. They should have let you sing it. Frog detective as the burglar. They put us in jail? I thought I was going to be able to break out of jail. What if after the credits there's another part where we can break out? This gotta be fake credits, right, chat? What do you think? I guess we did play 2.5 hours. We need post-credit. I will do a song for Frog Detective, easy. Look how sad we are in jail, or in bad room. Cannot end like this. Well, there's always could be part 4, but we'll see. Maybe will be after credits. This is fake credits. But if it's not fake credits, at least give us a sneak peek of what's to come. They always do. They gave a sneak peek of the Wild West last time. Post-credit scene.
Post-credit gaming. Slay. What's gonna happen? EBA. Look at us in the bad room. Laptop in the bedroom. Laptop in the bedroom. Can't believe we got a laptop in jail. Can't believe we got framed. At least we can go on Frogville. Top. Okay. Frogdetective.net. I thought that was gonna be it, and I got scared. Today, my loyal frog readers. Michael Berland on the laptop in the bedroom. Oh, I'm using the computer. I'm on the internet, chat. Told you we're gaming post credits. It's hour number 1 of my time in the bedroom. I know that I am innocent. Unfortunately, because the number 1 best detective put me here, nobody will believe me. That's what you get for being second best. I'm not sure anybody reads my frog blog anymore because of my alleged crimes, but if you are reading, thank you. I hope to prove my innocence in the case of the hat theft and return to being as good of a detective as I can be. I'm not sure why Sheriff Mason Mole has framed me, but hope is that it's all just one big misunderstanding, as is the case with most of the mysteries I am involved in. It would really hurt my feelings to know that he did this on purpose. I am grateful that Lobster Cop has given me access to a computer so I can continue to write my blog posts. Though I must say, I'm not sure if I'll have much to write about here. Yeah, I really feel like there's going to be more content because they usually end with dancing. The big shebang. Thank you for reading Frog Detective X. Or Kiss, I guess. Whose laptop is this? Who's reading it? Who's reading it? Mystery Monkey? Oh, he was in the second one, I think. This is terrible. I can't believe this. It's Mo! It's Mo, chat! Mo! There he goes. Whoa! He hit the whoa! His name is Mo! Yo, name is Mo. Let's go. I forget Mo's voice though. What's going on?
I'm reading the latest frog blog posts. I was so excited to see how the detective solved the mystery in Cowboy County, but I can't believe it. The detective has been framed for a crime.
Crime is real?
Let's not jump to any conclusions here.
Of course, sorry.
What do we do, Mo?
We get back to our science work?
I can't possibly concentrate on our scientific discoveries in these conditions. Mo, I have to help the detective.
How are you gonna do that?
I'll have to solve the mystery myself.
Does that mean we get to play as Monkey now? Please. I trust Frog Detective. Monkey Detective? What is he transforming? Detective hat! Mo should be our sidekick. Monkey Detective, yeah. Monkey Detective.
Look after the lab, Mo. I'm not coming back until I've proven the detective's innocence.
Wow, Mystery Monkey is so cool.
Hell yes. Dude, what'd I tell you guys? What did I tell you? They would never end us in jail with the real credit scene. Forget our voice.
How can I help you?
Hi, Supervisor. My name is Mystery Monkey. We talked on the phone a while back about the mystery of the haunted island.
Of course. How could I forget? It's good to see you.
Likewise. I realize this is highly unusual, but I'm here about one of your detectives.
Ah, is it Lobster Cop?
No.
Investigator Eel?
No.
Inspector Iguana, the incredibly sandy moth PI?
No, none of those. I'm here about Frog Detective.
Oh, of course, our second best detective. Well, the detective isn't around right now. I sent my 2 top investigators to help over in Cowboy County.
You haven't heard?
Heard what?
The detective has been framed for a crime over in Cowboy County.
That's terrible news. How can you be sure it's a setup?
The story doesn't add up. I know Frog Detective would never do something so horrible as steal the town's hats.
Well, there is a clear motive here.
I know, but it's so out of character. Even if the detective is guilty, the punishment is really harsh. The detective had been sent to the bad room.
Oh no. What's the bad room?
It's something the Sheriff Mason Mole invented.
Mason Mole? That name sounds familiar.
Oh?
I've seen him around before, just sort of loitering around the offices.
Loitering, you say? I remember a kind of shady guy hanging around on Martin's Island back when we were there to investigate the ghost noises.
See, I told you guys, in the first 2 games, you never talk to him, but there's always someone watching you from afar. That you can, like, certain areas you can see him behind you, and he'll, like, hide if you get too close to him. And he's always kind of watching you. And he's just a mysterious guy watching you in the first 2 games. And that's who the mole is.
He arrived shortly before the detective, but I didn't get a chance to catch his name. He didn't even say hello. When I saw his photo on the Frog blog, I knew right away something was amiss.
Great detective skills, Mystery Monkey.
I know it's a big task, but do you mind if I snoop around in Frog Detective's office to look for clues?
Be my guest.
Dude, this is epic. We can be a monkey detective. Let's go. Yeah, I thought that Mason would be the bad guy. Yeah, I think they want you to think that too. So I'm curious of what would happen. We're monkey now. Yeah, I knew we were in good hands, chat. We were worried that they were going to give us a short game after all this time, but I knew they wouldn't. Where's the office? I shouldn't snoop in Lobster Cop's office unless I have to, okay. Okay, so we're here in Frog Detective's office. Clue detecting powder, nice. We got the powder. Detect clues with left click. Okay, there's something here. Paw print. Okay. We can spray stuff with this powder and it reveals clues. Okay. Maybe there's more clues? Oh, there's something down here. Footprints. Ooh.
Where are the footprints going? What the heck? Oh. It couldn't be. Lobster cop. Why Michael sneezing on everything? Leads right to his drawer. What could Lobster Hop be hiding? Photocopy of Frog Detective's notebook. Interesting. Copy of the notebook. Oh, look at these guys. They're friends. Lobster Cop and Mason Mole. There's a heart? It reads,
Hello, Lobster Cop. It's me, your bestie forever, Mason Mole. I have done what you asked. It was not easy to trail the detective unnoticed, but I think I did a great job. I fear that your suspicions are correct and that Frog Detective is on the right track to overtaking your position as #1 best detective. If you keep reading to solve keep pretending to solve mysteries instead of actually solving them, the supervisor will eventually notice.
Lobster Cop is a fraud? And I'm a frog?
I've taken the detective's notebook. Inside are some great insights to how the detective works through a case. Maybe you can read and learn. But it may not be enough. As the detective gets better and better, your position as #1 is threatened. I think it's time to enact the plan you came up with. It's devious and mean and not very nice. But if you want to be the best, you have to get rid of the best. Uh-oh. So, Frog Detective is the best? This can't be true.
Lobster Cop, best detective, a fraud? Need to get to the supervisor and head to Cowboy County. There has been a terrible misjustice. Ruh-roh. Time to go. I wonder if we scoot too. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, I thought this was part of the cutscene still. Can I scoot? No. We cannot scoot. Monkeys don't scoot. What happened to the town? Everything's closed. Aw. Oh no, everything's closed. Look at my monkey hand. I still look after the lab. Yeah, that's true. There's some burglars are here. Talk to the burglars, I suppose. This is the gang.
Howdy, folks.
What brings you to the Cowboy County so late? This is all good, so you better have a good reason.
We don't want any trouble. We're just here about our good friend the Frog Detective.
Oh, we're just here about our good friend the Frog Detective.
Ah, the duality of frog. How can one so kind, poetic, and thoughtful also be a stealer of our hats? Oh, they all have hats back now. Look how cool they look with hats on.
A frog so pretty, so alluring, and yet... I really trust a Frog Detective, that snake. I can't go on a date with a criminal, it's just not me.
Aren't you a bandit?
Outlaw.
So you live outside the law?
Well, when there's no laws, it makes it pretty easy.
Doesn't matter anyway. Frog Detective is innocent.
Sure, we all saw the photo.
Those furrowed brows tell the whole story.
Frog Detective doesn't have eyebrows.
Ah, so those were stolen too. No. You're mistaken. Mystery Monkey found all the evidence. Who's Mystery Monkey?
That's me. You may have read my comments before in Frog Detective's Frog blog. I'm a pretty active user.
Frogs are still a thing?
Regardless, you say it was a mistake?
Not so much a mistake, a setup. I have reason to believe Sheriff Mason Mole and Lobster Cop coordinated the takedown of our beloved Frog Detective.
What? That's so messed up. Who would do that to such a beautiful frog? Someone very jealous, I'm afraid. How can we help?
If you point us in the direction of where Frog Detective is being held, that would help a lot.
Easy. Sheriff Mason Mole has the detective locked up in bad room at the back of his sheriff's office.
This is hard with so many voices at the same time.
If you're quiet, you should be able to sneak in without trouble. Thanks for your help, bandits. Or outlaws.
My bad.
Nice. Okay. I think they said we could just sneak in the back or something. Or just sneak in because it's... Oh, he's asleep. Look it. He's sleeping. Frog Detective. Mystery Monkey. Supervisor, what are you doing here? I didn't know I was allowed visitors in bad room. Had a bad experience.
We're here to bust you out.
What?
Mystery Monkey has proof you were framed.
I knew it. Sheriff Mason Mole was up to something.
And not just him, Detective. I'm sorry to tell you that I believe Lobster Cop and Mason Mole planned this all along.
Huh? It can't be. Lobster Cop is #1 best detective. Why would he try to frame me?
It's hard to know for sure until we ask, but it looks like Lobster Cop has been dealing with a bad case of jealousy.
Green with envy, one might say.
Envious of who?
You, Detective.
It's not possible.
It's time to shift your understanding of the world, Detective. Not everyone is out to do a good job and solve mysteries like you.
I simply can't believe it.
Well, let's wait until dawn and confront Lobster Cop and Mason Mole once and for all.
The sun is coming up as we speak. I'll call a town meeting.
Town meeting.
What is the meaning of this?
Only I get to call town meetings. I have called the town meeting for a very important purpose. I have some news about the hat stealing case.
But it's closed. I solved it.
Is that so, Lobster Cop?
Supervisor, what are you doing here?
Please give your attention to Mystery Monkey for just a moment.
Thank you, Supervisor. Thank you, Town, for meeting us here on short notice. Sheriff Mason Mole, I have an important question to ask you.
What?
How long have you and Lobster Cop been scheming to bring down Frog Detective?
Oh my god.
Huh? What?
This is ridiculous.
Lobster Cop, I found the secret drawer in your office.
You can't just go through my office. That's a crime.
Please stop trying to invent crimes. Crime is not real.
Crime is not real. Busted.
As I was saying, I found your secret drawer. I found the letter that Mason Mole wrote to you.
I knew I shouldn't have detailed my schemes on paper.
Sheriff Mason Mole has been tailing the detective since I called for help with the mystery of the haunted island. As the lead scientist on the island of the crime, I can confirm I had several reported sightings of Mason Mole sneaking around like a slippery snake.
Wait, why didn't you tell me? Feels like someone sneaking around the island is kind of irrelevant to that case.
I was too starstruck. In any case, I contacted my friend Carlos, who runs the shop over in the Warlock Woods. He also confirmed a sighting of the Mason Mole hiding in behind a shop.
What? I never...
Oh, but you did. Sheriff Mason Mole, I have reason to believe you were hired by a lobster cop to follow the detective.
Ooh, gasp. No,
No, that's not...
He's crying.
This is all a mistake.
No, Mason Mole, it's time for us to come clean. Bustard. Frog Detective, ever since you moved in next door to my office, I felt threatened. You are so methodical in your case solving. I would read your blogs and go green with envy. I've been #1 best detective for so long that I grew complacent. Every time the supervisor had a mystery to solve, I began to believe I wouldn't be able to do it and passed it on to you. I just began to pretend to solve mysteries, hoping the supervisor wouldn't notice. I was embarrassed at myself and angry at you. Angry? But Lobster Cop, your investigative abilities far outweigh mine. Maybe they used to, but I became so focused on my own shortcomings that my work suffered. Mason Mole was there for me. Having friends is so important, but we were a bad influence on each other.
I needed work, and so I suggested to Lobster Cop that I help take you down, and I had the perfect plan. I'm very subtle, you see.
I'm ashamed that it got to that point. Instead of asking you for help or swallowing my pride, I let my jealousy get the best of me.
How did you frame the detective? It was a joint effort. When I arrived in town, I sneakily stole all the hats and quickly buried them in the graveyard. I wrote a map to where they were buried for the detective to find.
But I didn't find the map, Susie did.
I didn't execute it very well, I admit. Once you had the resources to dig up the hats, and Lobster Cop had a clear alibi waited in place to take your photo.
Wait, what was Lobster Cop's alibi?
I was eating a delicious meal.
Of course.
I'm ashamed to say that I also drew evil eyebrows on the photo of you.
But what I don't understand is why you had to put me in bad room. Framing me was bad enough, but you made a whole room for me to be trapped in? That's so unusually cruel.
I'm inclined to agree. Putting someone into a room, whether they did a Nazi thing or not, seems really harsh and unfair.
Right. Some jail commentary.
How is someone supposed to grow from their mistakes if they're just sitting around trapped?
That is actually deep. I really hate that room.
Bad room was my idea, I'm sorry. It's a terrible idea. I realize that now, my bad.
Lobster Cop Mason Mole, you have done something very serious and mean. Something similar to a crime. Our society doesn't have strategies in place to deal with things like this.
Are you going to send us to a bad room? Absolutely not, that's messed up.
No, but I think there needs to be consequences. Lobster Cop, you have abused your power in ways that I can't begin to comprehend. Mason Mole, you enabled and encouraged this behavior.
I'm mad at you both.
We deserve that. I think an appropriate course of action is to remove Lobster Cop from the detective agency. I think you should change career paths for your own good. Maybe do something that helps contribute to society. A cop no longer? Okay.
I think I spaced out for 15 minutes. What did I miss? 15 minutes. Well, basically, we became the monkey detective, and then we came and we broke Frog Detective out of jail, and we're having a town meeting to explain why Lobster Cop and the mole framed Frog Detective, and they admitted it was because Lobster Cop was jealous of his detective abilities, and he framed him, and he was insecure because he was supposed to be number one, but Frog Detective is so good, so he started pretending to solve crimes. And yeah, so that's pretty much what happened so in the last 15 minutes.
Gun? Wait, why do you have a gun?
I didn't even know they were real.
That's really messed up.
Yeah, Frog Detective is free for now.
That's really messed up.
It's not like I ever used it. Oh, I think the comment I just missed is they asked the Lobster Cop to resign, and then he said he would turn in his gun, which is what you would typically say when you resign from being a cop. But then they're like, why do you have a gun? And now they're grilling him for having a gun.
It's not like I ever used it.
Mate, I gave Lobster Cop the gun.
Okay, well, yes, please hand that in.
I have an idea what you could do as a job, Lobster Cop.
Oh?
Why don't you talk to Barney about joining the post office?
Lobster Posty has a nice ring to it.
Can I join too? I don't see why not.
Well, then it's settled. Lobster Posty, Mason Mole, do you have anything to say to the detective? Yes. I'm sincerely sorry for what I did to you, detective. It was mean, rude, evil, and not nice. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I hope with time I can prove myself as a great postie and right some of the wrongs I've done.
Detective, I acted poorly and I encouraged behavior that I shouldn't have. I'm going to channel that energy into being a postie, and please rest assured you will never have a late parcel again.
Thank you both for the apology. I accept it. The dancing time? The Frog Detective is free.
Say, now that's all sorted, I have an announcement to make.
Oh?
Officer Cop is no longer the #1 best detective. After some impeccable detective work in the case, I'm really pleased to announce the new #1 best detective.
Any guesses who it could be? I have no clue at this point who it could be.
Congratulations to...
Mystery Monkey? What the? Mystery Monkey became #1? Honestly, maybe earned it. But I don't know, we did do a lot of work. But I guess he used the spray stuff. Woo! Congratulations to the monkey, Mystery Monkey. Wow, congratulations, Mystery Monkey. What an achievement.
Can't believe it. Thank you so much.
That's funny. Gotta give Frog Detective something to work for, exactly.
I'll have to shut down my research facility so I can investigate full time.
Yeah, the funny thing is the monkey was already like a scientist. And that was this thing, and he was just doing this to save Frog Detective, but now he's gonna become investigator full time. Lobster Posty.
You can move into my old office. There's already a bunch of trophies in there for you to keep.
Great. What an honor to work next to the #1 best detective again. This calls for a celebration. Bonnie, can you prep the saloon for a dance party? They always end with a dance party, I'm telling you guys.
Can do.
Oh, and Lobster Posty Mason Mole?
Yeah.
You're invited too. Dance party chat. Usually that means the end. The real credits are coming. Either with or after the dance party. There we go. Woo! Look at everyone. We need Mo. That was an epic game. Definitely love scooting. Rhonda killed it. Rhonda's the new Mo, low-key. Rhonda's maybe better than Mo. I said it. Look at these moves. And the worms are really good characters. The piano worm, honky tonk piano worm. These dance moves are crazy. Dustin is epic. Yeah, I really like the characters in this one. There's some good characters for sure. Piano worm, best character. Yeah, everyone drop your favorite character. My Mo is the saloon owner. The saloon owner is really good. Bonnie. Bonnie's funny. What the heck? Posty. Lobster Posty. Rhonda going crazy, dude. Bessie is good. Bessie is a sweetheart. Yeah, the Fortnite dancing. It is a little Fortnite-y, huh? Okay, they usually do a preview of the next game at the end, so we'll see what if we get anything. 2 weeks later. Wendy was chill. I liked Wendy too. I like all the characters, I think. Okay, 2 weeks later. Is this gonna be the cliffhanger? Oh, here we go. Here's that case. Did the frog move? Do we answer it, chat? Do it. Frog Detective, crime solving agency. Frog Detective speaking. How may I solve your mystery? Hey, Frog Detective? Yes, Mystery Monkey? Happy birthday. Thanks so much. I know it's your birthday, but I have a really difficult case that I just can't crack. But you're #1 best detective. I know, but this one's a doozy. Could you help me out? Of course, I'll be right there. What's it gonna be? Mystery Monkey was phone guy. FNAF phone guy. That's true. Oh, let's go to his office. I forgot that we can leave. What's up, Mystery Monkey? What's on the agenda? Did I go through your things? Oh! Mystery Monkey loves Mo? I feel like I wasn't supposed to discover that. Uh-oh. Sorry, I shouldn't have gone through your private things. That is not what I expected to see in there. That's freaking lore. Hey, detective. Well, if it isn't Mystery Monkey 49. Good to see you, Frog Detective 03. What? Just a joke. Are there 2 other Frog Detectives? I don't know, I was just joking. You got me worried. That really stressed me out. Frog Detective 1, Frog Detective 2, and now Frog Detective 3. How do you think I feel about, with 48 other Mystery Monkeys? That's a good point. Anyway, thanks for meeting me here. The case information in the other room. Just head down the hallway and I'll meet you there. Okay, we'll do. The Mo lore is crazy. Is there anything else we can look at? Oh, he just taped his face over the lobster's cop's face. That's so funny. Over all of them. Wait, that's hilarious. He taped his own face over lobster cop in all of these pictures. There's a haunted one. That's hilarious. Okay, go. Did he say it was in here? Okay. This. Oh! That scared me. I thought we were gonna get murdered. Surprise! Wow, what's everyone doing here? This is gonna be dance party #2. Hey, all my friends are here. Oh wait, Larry is different than Lobster Cop? I forgot there was 2 lobsters. I knew there was a Larry lobster.
Yeah, our town has never been so peaceful, all thanks to you.
I forget Martin's voice. Same with my island. I haven't heard of any ghosts in ages. Finley.
And technically, you never heard a ghost.
Yeah, I don't remember all these voices.
We heard it's your birthday, so we all arranged to come here and surprise you.
It worked.
That's not all, Detective. We got you a present.
It should come out any minute now. I ordered it on WizBay.
This is like all the characters from all the games.
Special delivery party birthday. Oh.
Is that for me?
Open it up.
Oh, no way. We get our first hat? Wait, what is this?
That's easy, Detective. It's a hat.
Usually we can't wear hats because of our head. Yeah, our head shape. We get our first hat? Why don't you just try it on? He's uncomfortable about hats. They usually don't fit. Whoa, it's a perfect fit. Oh, would you look at that? It's a hat that fits. Aww. Look at we cry. We're a tear of joy. Go. Thank you for playing, Frog Detective. We have loved making these games for you, and we are so grateful that so many people have spent time with our silly story. Okay. I wonder if there's gonna be... I wonder if they're gonna make any more. Or if there will be a cliffhanger or not. Very amazing. The music is nice. Time for Bonnie Detective? I know, right? That would be epic. Bonnie needs her own whole game, I agree. Bonnie, Craig, and Susie. Well, this is all lore stuff. Family reunion. Oh, it's showing how people are related, I think. Thanks for our date. Oh look, Frog Detective had a date with Sherman. That's funny. And then the muse. So handy having a muse. This is all the stories coming together. Is this Dusty? No, right? Oh, Bernie. This is showing what happened to all the characters. Rhonda Dynamite. Oh, Rhonda Dynamite became the sheriff. Let's go. Yeah, this is like ending all of the character arcs, I feel like. Seeing what happened to everyone. That makes me feel like this is the last Frog Detective. Which would be so sad. But it is a perfect trilogy, I'll give him that. You're not the same guy. Employee of the month. Oh, Mason Mole got Employee of the month. Oh, that new song was delayed. Dang, so much lore. Oh, remember what's her name? From the beginning. Mary. Yeah, we did. That was the first voice we did. The witch. Sent from my phone, naughty. I broke my leg. Yeah, 2 was really fun because it was like scary, spooky. We low-key should have replayed that one for Halloween. Lobster Hero, Lobster Posty. Okay. Okay, I think that's the end of the lore. Frog Detective. Aw. Beautiful. Everybody cross your fingers. We might not get a sneak peek. The end. Aw. It does feel like the end of Frog Detective, but I don't know if they made a statement. Just because they wrapped up all the storylines. We get to scoot around at the end. There should be a scooter mini game at the end. Would be epic. Aw, we beat it. What happens if I hit play? Does it just start from the beginning again? Continue? Yeah, what happens here? We just gotta test this out. Can we just explore the town now? Or does it start the whole last part again? Is this just the part that we just played? It might be. I think it's if you want to replay the ending. Let's just test it. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, chat, that was extremely awesome. Thank you for being on this ride with me. I won't make the mistake like last time of not highlighting the stream. I should have saved the old ones. Who knew it would be so iconic? Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me with these late nights. I'll catch you guys soon with some probably next I'll do some late NITE-TOBER. Do a little, we'll try to finish. I wonder if we could finish FNAF before October is over. October part 2 is going to be epic. Wonder if we could breach all security in time. Go to stream. Thank you, Penguin. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I can't believe that you didn't catch the other ones. But I wish I would have saved them just to have, because they were lots of crazy voices on all of them. Hope you guys enjoyed. We don't get streams like this too often. I wish we had more games that had this much, you know, energy and love and character in them, and are funny and cool. You know, they're good frog games. I will catch you guys later. All right, have a good night, everybody, and have a good sleep if you're doing sleeps. Okay, night, everyone. Bye bye.